Hi, I'm Julie Turkel, and I am a licensing agent. I work with artists and other creators, and I represent brands, and I also do a lot of coaching and consulting with brands as well. And someone asked me how I got into this field of licensing, and I figured I'd share a little bit about my background. Like most people I've met in the licensing business, I kind of fell into it accidentally, really accidentally, because I was pre-med in college, and I was also a psychology major, and I knew I wanted to take some time off between going to college and going to medical school. And I had a psych professor that recommended that I go study with one of her colleagues at Columbia. And so I did that out of lack of anything to do. And when I got to Columbia to study, I realized a lot of my classmates were in the children's television business, including one of them who was the creator of Blue's Clues. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. I wanted to work at Nickelodeon. So I went and interviewed for positions there, and I was offered the position as an executive assistant to somebody who was very high up in the consumer products licensing division at Nickelodeon. So without aging myself, I guess this was about 30 years ago, and it was during the days of Ren and Stimpy and Rugrats and Gak and Floam and all, the whole slime thing, and the beginning of Blue's Clues and a little bit of SpongeBob. And so I pretty much consider my time at Nickelodeon to be like the Harvard education of licensing, because I learned the business from all facets. And Nickelodeon and entertainment licensing is one of the biggest players in the business, most influential players in the business. So I got a pretty good grounding there. I knew that ultimately being in the corporate world was not for me. And funnily enough, after September 11th, it became like evident that I wanted to do something more fulfilling with my life. I was really very personally into fashion and design. And at the time, I was doing a lot of soul searching and working with a coach and also a psychic. And this light bulb moment went off that perhaps I should start applying what I learned at Nickelodeon and approach some designer brands and designers that I admired about getting into licensing, because it really is like the perfect business model for like the cash strapped, scrappy artist and designer. So I made a list, I made a dream list, and I one by one started approaching some of my dream clients. I'm going to do part 2 of this that just is a collage of some of the designers and products that I've worked on. But suffice to say that the first 2 clients that I brought on were rock stars in interior design, and I put them on the map in licensing, and they put me on the map as a licensing agent for this niche. And that was about 20 years ago, and the rest is history.